Okay, today we're going to take a look at an open upwards diagonal cut. The reason we're going to do this is because I wrote an article on it a little while ago and I noticed that it's got like 20,000 page views. I also know I'm not the only person to find this particular cut difficult, which means I may as well elaborate on it and show you what I found. I am by no means an expert with this cut. This is my worst cut. It's the one I feel least comfortable with, but I suppose in a way it's also the one that I spent the most time trying to get any sense with. So let's get going. Okie dokie. Well, this cut, although it causes problems, is fairly simple. So I'm going to break it down into just a few pieces. Just as long as you go through them and you pay attention to each one, the cut should end up easier. Okay, first off, I've done this in a previous video, but I'm going to quickly touch on it again. Your grip on the suka should be proper. What you need to do is to make sure that your hands are about a 45-degree angle. You're gripping mainly with the bottom fingers. You need about 2 fingers space between your hands, and your wrists should be above the top of the suka. You shouldn't be holding it like this. You know, you should basically be supporting it with your arms. I've done a video on this, so I will pop a link and you can have a look at it if you want. I won't bother going over it again. Okay, the main problem with this cut is that as you come through, because of the length of your arms, the differing length of your arms, your elbow gets bunched up. Some people they do the cut and they find that it's of no problem at all. But then you get the flip side, you get people who, like myself, who found it really awkward. So we're going to start with the blade down here. Doesn't really matter where it is, but if you trace an arc with just one hand, diagonally upwards at whatever angle, and then at the end of the cut you add this hand to it, or this arm to it, you'll find that there shouldn't be any bunching. And that's mainly because of your body movement, which is something we'll touch on. But if you start from here and you bring the sword up like this and you twist your body at the same time, try to keep this arm here like this, don't let that elbow slip in, yeah, and you power this forward. Your right hand here is actually going to be, I find, the leading hand. So you power the cut up and you slightly just maintain tension with your left arm. If whilst you're doing this cut, obviously you turn your body at the same time, if you wasn't, you get to about here and you're going to run out of, it's going to start getting stiff and awkward. So if when you're cutting you turn your body at the same time, you can carry on far further. You don't even have to turn your body that much. All I'm doing is this, but all of a sudden you'll find that all opens up. Your feet placement obviously affect all this as well. If what you should really be doing, because you're cutting up this way, is your left leg should be forward, which means that this part of your body is angled this way and therefore out of the path of the sword. But if it feels better, you can turn this way, because then you'll have more body movement. It depends what you're cutting and it depends how you feel about it. We're not really adhering to any one set of rules, or we're not doing the teachings from any particular school, so it's up to you. But if you put all these things together, then you should find that these cuts become easier. Remember, your grip, your starting point, and then just make sure this arm doesn't end up tucking in, yeah? All you need to do is, see, I suppose it's kind of like a golf swing. Ugh. Let's ignore it, let's pretend I never said that. But as you come around, move your body at the same time and keep your arms relatively straight, and you should find that the cut just falls into place. And that's it. That's pretty much it. I mean, I've written an article on this already, but I thought a little bit of video probably will clear some of this up. there are probably a handful of points I haven't touched on, but I'm sure you'll be able to figure them all out.